Welcome friends to this video. We are going to be learning how to draw the abs. Now if you take a look at my animation here, you can see the abs are responsible of flexing the ribs or the hips. Now imagine if you're laying down and you're doing a crunch, the abs will flex the ribs, or if you do a leg lift, the abs will flex the hip. So let's take a look and draw this in the anterior or the front view. All right, so I kind of have a preview of what we're going to be drawing here. Now, in order to draw the abs, it's important that we get the skeleton so we know where to attach it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start from scratch, and we'll start with the skeleton, and I'll try to keep that as brief so we can focus on the ab portion. So first we're gonna draw two lines here, and then we'll cut that in half, and we'll cut that in half again. So the top portion here is going to be our head. Draw an oval-like shape there. And then a quarter the way down is going to be where our neck starts. And then a quarter of the way up from here is where the ribs will be. Now let's do a measurement of the ribs. Now the ribs are about 2 head lengths wide. So we'll take a measurement of the head and we'll come down between the 2 bottom lengths of the rib here, and I'll mark it here. And then I'll flip it over and mark it on the other side. And so that'll be approximately the width of the ribs. And so in order to draw them, it's kind of an egg shape. And so I'm just gonna sketch that in. About like so. Now we're gonna work on the pelvis, which is about a quarter of the way down from the waist and a quarter of the way down from the bottom line. And they're roughly the same width as the ribs, so I'll go ahead and sketch in the pelvis. Now I have other videos that I will link in the description on how to draw the ribs and the pelvis, but for now we're just going to sketch them in so we have a reference. I can clean it up a little better than that. All right, so now that we have our pelvis, we can go ahead and draw the neck. So here, starting up here, and the spine, extending all the way down here. All right, now that we have our skeleton, oh, one more thing. Right here in the middle is approximately where the nipples are, and if you go a quarter of the way down, that is going to be at the bottom of the sternum. And then this, we're going to curve down about 45-degree angle, and we'll get our costal arch. That'll be important for us as we attach the ribs. All right, now, one more thing, let's clean up this line here because that's no longer needed. Okay. Now we can go ahead and draw on our abs. I'm gonna tone this down a little bit so we can see the next layer better. And we're gonna switch colors. Now, back to the illustration here, you can see the origin point is it's right here at the pelvic crest. And then it goes up here into the sternum and about the 5th or 6th costal arch ribs. So just below the nipple and above the sternum is where it connects. So we're gonna start here at the pelvic crest, and we're gonna go all the way up to about halfway in between here. And so the abdomens run all the way up there, and they're actually a bit wider at the top as they go down. And then I'll draw the other one on the other side, connects down here, connects up here, wider at the top. Color that in. So that kind of gives you an idea where they attach and the size. Now, you're probably also wondering, what if I have a 6-pack or an 8-pack? Well, let's take a look at what form the tendons. So I'll add another layer here, switch it back to the white color. as far as the tendons, we have one right down the middle called the linea alba, which goes all the way from the top to the bottom. And then going cross direction, we have one right across where the waist is. We have another one right at the bottom of the ribs. And then we have another one which may be flat, may be curved. All of these could vary depending on the person. I'm going to curve it on the costal arch. And so there are our tendons. And so you have 2, 4, 6, and then some are visible to some people, these bottom two right below the belly button. All right, I will stop there. As always, thanks for watching. If you have any video suggestions, please leave those in the comments below, as I'm working through a series of anatomy tutorials. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on any of those. And I can't wait to see you in the next one. No thanks to Siri.